A slight majority of 52% of Americans disapprove of the way the news media have been covering the '08 presidential election. This is not startling in and of itself. Our polling over the years has shown Americans typically are more negative than positive about the news media in general. There are some big differences by political persuasion in answer to this question. Look at the Republicans here. 6 out of 10 disapprove. Again, that's what we found typically. Republicans have been more negative about mainstream media coverage than Democrats. You see independents, a slight majority disapprove, but among Democrats, look at the data there, a majority approve. Now, we did ask those who disapproved why, tell us in your own words, and found some differences between Republicans and Democrats. Republicans who disapprove of news media coverage of the election primarily say it is because that coverage is too biased and there's too much coverage of the Democrats. Of course, since the Republican primary has been wrapped up now for several months, no wonder the news media have been covering the Democrats, but nevertheless, that's what Republicans tell us. What about Democrats? Their focus is different. Democrats don't complain about news media coverage because it's too focused on the Republicans or too biased in that direction. Their number one complaint is that news media coverage of the election doesn't cover the important issues. It's too shallow, and also that it's overkill on the political aspects of the election. Again, we presume instead of the issues. Also, Democrats, 19% of them, say that the coverage of the election is too much on the negatives. By that, they probably mean these gaffes and gotcha kind of covers that we see a lot of. Bottom line out of all of this, Republicans more dissatisfied than Democrats with how the news media have been covering the election. But when you put it all together, and I guess this is the important point, a slight majority of Americans do tell us that they are more negative than positive about the way the news media have been covering this election, at least so far. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll.